Good morning and welcome to your flow. Today we're going to focus on opening up the body to prepare for the day ahead. So let's get started in a child's position, joining big toes together, spreading knees out wide, and then walking your fingertips towards the front of the mat, allowing your chest to come down in between the legs. Allow your forehead to place down on the mat and come back to the breath. Focusing on the inhales and the exhales, bringing awareness to the temperature of the air that enters and exits the nose. Last breath here. And on your exhale, we'll meet in a tabletop position. Start to rock the hips back and forth to slowly warm up the wrists. On your next exhale, find a neutral tabletop position. Tuck the toes under and lift the knees about 1 inch off of your mat. Engaging in the core, pulling belly button back to spine, pressing firmly into the hands to lift out of the shoulders. Breathe. Drop the knees down to the mat. Cat-cow. Drop the belly, open up the heart space, and then exhale, arch the back up towards the ceiling. Flowing in between these two postures of cat and cow at the rhythm of your own breath. Keeping your awareness towards the inside, tending to any sensations that arise as we start to move. On your next exhale, finding a neutral tabletop position, bring your right knee to your nose, cheetah. Inhale, extend the leg, flex the foot towards the back of the mat. Exhale, cheetah, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Last time, exhale, cheetah. Inhale, extend towards the back. Exhale, point the toes, taking tiny circles over in one direction. Firing up all the stabilizing muscles in the leg, then change directions, continuing your circles. On your exhale, bring the foot over towards the right side, inner thigh stretch. Option to stay up onto the hands, to come down onto the forearms, or to fully extend both hands towards the front of the mat, letting your forehead come down. Breathing here. Wherever you may lie in this spectrum of flexibility, meeting your limit and breathing into it. Slowly bringing the hands back towards the face, press yourself up and swing the leg towards the back of the mat. On your exhale, cheetah, bring the knee to nose and then drop the foot in between the hands, lifting the arms up into a lunge. On your exhale, placing left hand on the outside of the right knee, twist towards the back of the mat. Feeling openness in the right shoulder. Deep inhale. On your exhale, come back to center, place both hands down on the mat, place both knees into a neutral tabletop position. Other side, cheetah, knee to nose. Exhale, extend the foot back. Cheetah. Extend. Cheetah. Extend back. Last time, cheetah, knee to nose. Extend the foot back and point the toes, little circles in one direction here. You might have to adjust yourself on your mat if you're a little bit too close to a wall. And then change directions, continuing those circles. On your exhale, placing the foot over towards the left side, this time inner thigh stretch. Coming into a twist, right hand places down on the mat, left fingertips rise high to the sky, breathing, open the shoulders. Changing directions, left hand comes down, right arm rises high. Exhale, come back to center, lift your foot up and swing it towards the back of the mat. Exhale, cheetah, knee comes to nose, and then place the foot in between the hands, rising up into low lunge. Another twist towards the left side, right hand places on the exterior of the left knee, gaze towards the back of the mat. With each inhale, stretching the crown of the head towards the ceiling, with each exhale, twisting a little bit deeper. Come back through center, both hands placed down on the mat, neutral tabletop position. Tuck the toes under downward facing dog, send the hips back. Open the feet about hips width distance apart. On your next inhale, look forward, rise high in the toes, stepping towards the front of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise high, Tadasana, arms reach out and up overhead, palms come to touch. Exhale, folding forward, chest to thighs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank, step both feet towards the back of the mat, lower down into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, open the heart space. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right toes rise high to the sky, 3-point. Exhale, step in between the hands, meeting in a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Tadasana, rising high to standing. Exhale, fold down. Halfway lift. Step back into high plank. Vinyasa, flow. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left toes rise high, 3-point. Exhale, step the foot in between the hands or as close as it can get. Forward fold. Inhale, rise high, Tadasana, reach arms overhead. Exhale, hands come down through heart center, meeting in Anjali Mudra. Coming back to the breath, coming back to the stillness within, feeling the openness already from the movement that we've started so far. Inhale your arms up overhead, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, jump or step back into your high plank, lower down chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Drop the knees down to the mat and come to sit on your heels at the back of the mat. Neck and shoulder stretch, interlace the arms behind the back and then bring the palms over towards the right side. Allow your right ear to come down to the right shoulder, feeling a pretty intense stretch in the left side. Breathing into the muscles all throughout the jaw and the shoulder. On your exhale, come back up through center, switching arms over towards the left side. Left ear comes down to left shoulder. Deep breath in through the nose and out. On your next exhale, coming back through center, release the arms, rise the hips high onto the knees. Camel pose, placing hands on the sacrum, fingertips facing up towards the ceiling. Gently press your hips towards the front, gaze up towards the ceiling. Option always to just place the hands on the sacrum with fingertips down as well. On your next inhale, rise up high with ease and grace, and then sit your hips back down onto your heels, allowing the spine to reset from our back bend. Sit your hips over to the side and then extend your legs out in front of you for a seated Janu Sirshasana. Placing the right foot on the inside of the left thigh, reaching arms up overhead and then bending forward, grabbing onto either the thigh, the knee, the shin, or the foot, depending on your flexibility. With each inhale and exhale, allowing yourself to sink a little bit deeper. On your next exhale, slowly rising the torso back up to center, reversing this position by placing right hand behind the hips, lifting the hips up high, reaching left arm up and overhead. On your exhale, allow your hips to come down to center. Lift up your right knee, reaching left arm around the right knee and looking towards the back of the mat for a seated twist. On your next exhale, release the bind, come back through center. Right ankle places on top of left knee, figure 4. Scooching your hips a little bit forward so that you can lay yourself all the way down onto your back. From here, you can stay here or you can interlace your fingers behind the left leg, pulling the thigh back towards the face to get a deeper stretch in the right exterior leg. Flexing both feet to protect the knees, following your inhales and exhales. On your next exhale, drop the left foot down to the mat, keeping the legs where they are, twisting over towards the left side, gaze over towards the right, supine spinal twist. If this feels a little bit too intense, always option to bring the knees together. About 3 more breaths here, feeling the space being created between the right shoulder and the right hip. On your next exhale, gently coming back through center. Lift both legs up, bring yourself into a tiny little ball, and then rock yourself up to a seated position. We'll change over towards the left side, so left foot this time, Janu Shirsasana, placing on the inside of the right leg. Lift arms up overhead, exhale, bend forward, grabbing onto thigh, shin, or foot. On your next exhale, gently bringing the torso up, reversing Janu Shirsasana, lifting the hips, placing left arm behind, right fingertips reach up and back. On your exhale, lower your hips down, lift the knee back up to the midline. This time, right arm reaches up and wraps around the left knee to twist behind towards the back of the mat. Lifting crown of the head high with each inhale and exhale, twisting a little deeper. On your next exhale, unwinding figure 4 on the left side, placing left ankle on top of right knee and then lowering yourself down onto your back. Interlacing hands behind the right knee, pulling your legs back towards your face, creating space in the neck by pulling the chin farther away from the chest, allowing your breath to soften you deeper into this stretch. On your next exhale, place your foot back down onto the mat, keeping legs where they are, twisting over to the right side, gaze over towards the left, supine spinal twist. Allowing this twist to detoxify and get rid of all that is holding you back from feeling open and ready for this day. Following the breath, each inhale and exhale in through the nose and out. On your next exhale, bring the legs back through center. Bring both feet down to the mat, and then lift both feet and legs up towards the ceiling. Press your palms down into your mat and then lift your hips about 1 inch off of the mat up towards the sky. Feeling the abs fire up here, breathing deeply. And then exhale, slowly lower both legs all the way down to the mat. Beautiful. Inhale your arms up overhead for a full body stretch. Then on your exhale, bring both knees into your chest, bringing yourself into a tight ball, rocking side to side, massaging the sacrum on the mat. And then when you're ready, rock yourself up to a seated position. Crossing the legs, option to take lotus pose if it's in your practice. placing the backs of the palms onto the knees, palms facing up towards the sky. And coming back to the breath. Noticing how your body feels a little bit more open than at the beginning of this class. And know that this openness that you feel in your body will be reflected in your day. Repeating in your mind, I am open to abundance. I am open to receiving. I am open to miracles. On your next exhale, bring your hands to heart center, bowing your head to yourself, to this practice and to this time. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I wish you the best day ever.